I remember buying my first espresso machine. It was a disaster. I spent $300, ruined perfectly good beans, and ended up drinking sour, lukewarm sludge for a month before checking it out. Finding the right home espresso machine feels like navigating a frustrating minefield of confusing specs and overpriced junk. Today, I am saving you that massive headache. I have extensively tested the top contenders on the market to find the best home espresso machines. Stick around until number 1, because it completely redefines what an automatic machine can do in your kitchen. 7. DeLonghi Stilosa Manual Espresso Machine. Unboxing the DeLonghi Stilosa, the first thing I noticed was its incredibly compact footprint. This machine is designed for small kitchens and tight budgets, and aesthetically, it blends stainless steel accents with a predominantly plastic body. Setting it up was straightforward enough, but the lightweight nature of the machine immediately became apparent when I tried to lock the portafilter into the group head. I practically had to hug the machine to keep it from sliding across my countertop, which is not an ideal start to a peaceful morning coffee routine. While testing the brewing capabilities, the 15-bar pump did manage to push water through the pressurized portafilter adequately. Because it uses pressurized baskets, it is very forgiving with pre-ground coffee or slightly stale beans, which is great for absolute beginners. However, the espresso it produced lacked the rich, syrupy body and nuanced flavor notes you want from a proper shot. The crema was excessively bubbly and dissipated quickly, reminding me more of aerated coffee water than a true, dense espresso extraction. The manual milk frother was another area where my testing left me feeling quite underwhelmed. It features a Panarello-style wand designed to inject air into the milk automatically, theoretically making it easier to froth. In practice, I found it incredibly difficult to get anything resembling smooth, velvety microfoam for latte art. Instead, the wand aggressively blasted large, soapy bubbles into the milk, resulting in a stiff, dry foam that separated from the milk almost instantly in the cup. 6. Breville Bambino Plus Espresso Machine. It features a sleek, beautiful brushed stainless steel exterior and utilizes Breville proprietary thermojet heating system. This system is heavily marketed for its 3-second heat-up time, and during my testing, it actually delivered on that promise. Being able to turn the machine on and immediately start prepping a shot is incredibly convenient when you are rushing out the door for work. However, my excitement began to wane as I started pulling shots back to back. Despite the premium look, the Bambino Plus suffers from the same weight distribution issue as the Stilosa. It is so light that locking the 54mm portafilter requires 2 hands, one forcefully holding the machine down and the other twisting the handle. Furthermore, the included tamper is dreadfully lightweight and awkwardly sized, making it frustratingly difficult to get a level tamp, which frequently led to channeling and uneven extractions during my first few days of testing. The hallmark feature of the Bambino Plus is its automatic milk frothing wand, which allows you to select your temperature and foam texture. While it sounds revolutionary, my real-world testing exposed some glaring inconsistencies. About half the time, it produced surprisingly decent microfoam, but on numerous occasions, the sensor seemed to misread the temperature, resulting in milk that was either lukewarm or scalded to the point of tasting burnt. If you prefer oat or almond milk, the automated sensor struggles even more to get the texture right. The Bambino Plus is a decent stepping stone, but it certainly has its frustrating quirks. 5. Gaggia RI 9380/46E24 Espresso Machine. The moment I hoisted the Gaggia Classic Pro onto my counter, I knew I was dealing with an entirely different beast. Unlike the previous machines, this unit feels like a tiny commercial tank, boasting a heavy, brushed stainless steel housing and rugged, utilitarian rocker switches that provide a deeply satisfying tactile click. It does not bother with fancy digital displays or automated gimmicks. Instead, it offers a pure, stripped-down, traditional espresso experience that immediately commanded my respect during the unboxing process. Pulling shots on the Gaggia Classic Pro was a revelation compared to the entry-level models. It utilizes a heavy-duty, commercial-standard 58mm chrome-plated brass portafilter that retains heat beautifully. During my testing, once I dialed in my grinder properly, this machine produced shots with a thick, beautifully modeled crema and a rich, complex flavor profile that rivaled my favorite local coffee shop. The heavy build also meant the machine stayed firmly planted on the counter while locking in the portafilter, a massive relief after my earlier struggles. The commercial-style steam wand on this updated model is a tremendous improvement over older versions. It requires a bit of a learning curve, as you have to manually find the right angle and depth to create that perfect whirlpool effect in your pitcher. However, once I got the hang of it, I was able to consistently produce the kind of glossy, wet paint microfoam that makes pouring intricate latte art a breeze. You do have to wait a moment for the single boiler to build up steam pressure, but the resulting milk texture is absolutely worth the brief pause. For Breville BES876BSS. Transitioning into the all-in-one category, the Breville Barista Express Impress immediately caught my eye with its integrated burr grinder and robust, professional aesthetic. I have tested the original Barista Express extensively in the past, but the new puck system fundamentally changes the workflow. The machine feels substantial and well-engineered, and having everything you need to go from whole bean to extracted espresso within a single footprint makes for an incredibly organized and visually appealing coffee station. The absolute star of the show during my testing was the assisted tamping mechanism. One of the biggest challenges for home baristas is applying consistent pressure to the coffee grounds without making a massive mess. The Impress system solves this brilliantly by allowing you to pull a lever on the side of the machine, which automatically tamps the coffee with exact pressure while giving a slight twist to polish the puck. It completely eliminated coffee grounds spilling onto my counter and ensured my extractions were perfectly consistent every single morning. The built-in conical burr grinder features intelligent dosing, automatically calculating and adjusting the amount of coffee needed based on your last shot. When it came time to brew, the low-pressure pre-infusion gently expanded the grounds before applying the optimal 9 bars of extraction pressure. The resulting espresso was consistently sweet, balanced, and full-bodied. The manual steam wand, while perhaps a bit slower than a commercial machine's, provided excellent control and easily produced beautiful, velvety milk for my daily cappuccinos. 3. DeLonghi La Specialista Touch Espresso Machine. Combining the tactile satisfaction of a semi-automatic machine with the modern convenience of a sleek, intuitive touchscreen interface, it instantly felt like a luxurious upgrade. The heavy stainless steel construction, dual heating systems, and beautifully illuminated display create an experience that feels both traditional and cutting-edge right out of the box. My testing revealed that the built-in grinder with sensor technology is incredibly precise. Much like the Breville, it features a smart tamping station, but DeLonghi's approach happens entirely inside the machine, guaranteeing absolute zero mess. You simply grind, pull the lever, and the machine applies the perfect pressure. What impressed me most was the touchscreen guidance. It actively helps you dial in your grind and dose, making adjustments based on the specific roast of your beans, which took the trial and error out of switching coffee bags. Milk texturing is where the La Specialista touch truly shines in its versatility. It gives you the option to use a traditional commercial-style wand for manual latte art practice, or you can attach the automatic latte crema system. I extensively tested the automatic system, and it performed flawlessly, dispensing rich, perfectly heated foam directly into the cup with zero effort. Having the ability to choose between a hands-on crafting session on a lazy Sunday and a push-button cappuccino on a busy Tuesday morning is an incredible luxury. This machine perfectly bridges the gap between the craft coffee enthusiast and the convenience seeker. It delivers phenomenally rich, perfectly extracted espresso thanks to its active temperature control and dynamic pre-infusion. 2. KitchenAid KF8. KitchenAid is not traditionally the first name you think of for high-end espresso, but the KF8 proves they are serious contenders in this space. The machine is remarkably compact for a super automatic, wrapped in gorgeous stainless steel, and dominated by a large, incredibly vibrant touchscreen. The unboxing experience felt premium, and the exceptionally quiet operation of its built-in grinder immediately set it apart from its noisy competitors. Navigating the KF8's interface is akin to using a high-end smartphone. During my testing, I loved effortlessly swiping through the extensive menu of over 40 pre-programmed drink recipes. It allows for deep customization, letting you adjust coffee strength, volume, and temperature for up to 6 different user profiles. One feature that genuinely surprised me was the dedicated plant-based milk mode. It specifically adjusts the heating and frothing algorithms to handle almond, oat, and soy milk without denaturing the proteins. A massive win for non-dairy drinkers. The extraction quality is phenomenal for an automatic machine. Super automatics often struggle to produce a truly thick crema, but the KF8 consistently delivered rich, complex espresso shots that honestly rivaled some manual machines I have tested. The automatic milk frothing hose system is incredibly straightforward. You just drop the hose into your milk carton, and the machine handles the rest. It consistently delivered hot, silky microfoam layered perfectly over the coffee, and the automatic steam purge after every use made cleanup essentially non-existent. The KitchenAid KF8 is a revelation for anyone who values time and convenience above all else, but refuses to compromise on the quality of their morning coffee. 1. DeLonghi Rivelia Automatic Espresso Machine. When I first tested this machine, I was immediately struck by its soft, rounded design and stunning matte finish, which looks wildly different from the sharp, industrial boxes we are used to seeing. But the true game changer, and the reason it takes the #1 spot, is the revolutionary bean switch system. The machine comes with 2 interchangeable bean hoppers, allowing you to seamlessly swap between different coffees without emptying the grinder. This single feature completely revolutionized my coffee routine. I could have a bright, fruity Ethiopian single origin loaded up for my morning espresso, and with a simple twist, swap in a rich, dark decaf blend for my evening cappuccino. The Rivelia even features a special routine to clear the grinder chute between swaps, ensuring zero cross-contamination. Beyond the hardware, the Rivelia features an AI-driven interface that actually learns your habits. Within a few days of testing, the screen started automatically suggesting a flat white when I walked up to it in the morning, which felt genuinely futuristic. The coffee quality is nothing short of spectacular. DeLonghi's Bean Adapt technology automatically adjusts the grind size, dose, and brewing temperature perfectly to match whatever beans you have inserted into the hopper. The resulting espresso is intensely flavorful, perfectly balanced, and topped with a luxurious, persistent crema. When you pair this extraction with the Latte Crema Hot Carafe system, which produced the sweetest, most velvety milk foam out of any automatic machine I tested, the results are simply indistinguishable from a high-end cafe. Outro. That's all for today, folks.